they took the name, so I just called it Street Boners, because a boner can be a positive thing and it can mean a gaffe. So I called them Street Boners, and I didn't make them, I just rated them kitten heads, 0 to 10 kitten heads. It didn't take. I did a book of it. It didn't sell. So I gave up on that. The free market wasn't interested in my boners. But she took them, and we got along great. And she was a sexy broad. So there was flirtatious jokes. I never horsed around with her. Obviously, I'm married. But I had her on my show, on Anthony's show. I had her on Compound Media, the Gavin McInnes show, one of the first episodes. And I interviewed her in Anthony's hot tub wearing a bikini. So when I saw her on Instagram saying, F you, Harvey Weinstein, with her fingers up, I texted her. I don't even remember how I saw her on Instagram. I think she liked one of my pictures, and I was doing that drunk thing where you check out people who like you. It's a pathetic thing to do, really. It means that you should get off your phone. But I saw that picture, and I messaged her, and I go, whoa, what happened? What happened with you and Weinstein? And she goes, 5 separate times he masturbated in front of me. And so I delicately said, can you come on my show? And she goes, I don't know. I said, please, please, please. Look, we'll do it your way. I mean, I won't be exploitative. She goes, yeah, and then, actually, no, I didn't say that initially. I said, my first idea was what I pitched to Lauren Sivan. Lauren Sivan was the one who went on Huffington Post, I think it was. I can't remember where. She was also on a bunch of daily shows, news shows. She's a news lady. She used to work at Fox News. I know her very well. Set her up on dates. I think she's the catch of the century. And as a married man, when you know a beautiful, smart woman, you don't want to have sex with her. Your first thing is, we got to get you married. We got to get you breeding. You're good for humankind. So let's get you a guy. So I'm always trying to hook her up with guys. That's how I feel about roaming millennial and all these chicks. And it works, too. In fact, my biggest thing with Chelsea was, we got to get you married. And I was looking at our old texts, and she would say things like, I want Leslie Arfin's career. I want to get into comedy, and I need this break and that break. And I said to her, was reading my text, and it said, why are you so into your career? Why are you so obsessed with your comedy career? It's not in your blood. I don't think I said that part. So you need a man, you need to get married. So as I checked in with her this week, after at least a year, she said, I'm engaged to this guy. I look him up. Total hunk. I'm very happy about it. And so I said to her, let's do a thing that I want to do with Lauren Sivan, where I blame you. And I take the Donna Karan route, and I say, you were clearly asking for it. Look, let's not play dumb. We've all seen Harvey Weinstein. You wanted him to masturbate in front of you. Of course you did. You wanted to see his weird slacks at his knees and his belt sort of bouncing, clinking, and you wanted to see his long shirt untucked, hanging down over his tiny genitalia, and you wanted to see his sweaty, pervy corporate brow dripping. You wanted to hear him grunting, like all women do, because that's a funny take, don't you think? Clearly, it's almost not funny because it's so obvious, right? It's too big of a joke. And she says, absolutely not. I don't want to do that. And I want to take it serious. Okay, fine. So I get her on the show on Wednesday, and I open the show with a picture of her and I in the hot tub from when she was on my previous show. And the dialogue back then on my old show was horrific. Like, if you just dip your ear into any one of my old shows, it makes the worst porno seem like a church seminar. I mean, every single minute was pure raunch. It was like the worst Howard Stern gets 100% of the time. So we were talking about discussing stuff I won't even repeat. And she goes, I'm not doing this. And then she closes her computer, meaning she ends the Skype call. And as I saw, you get this perspective as the camera shuts down. You sort of see, like, the room all blurry, and then you see the keyboard for a nanosecond, and you go, no. And then I start texting her, wait, we're not going to do that. I'm sorry, we're taking that out. And she goes, that was rude. That's exactly what I said I didn't want to do. Goodbye. Then, bloop, bloop, she goes offline on Skype, and I am apoplectic. I swear, I punch the wall. I kick my foot through a box in the hallway. I text her 900 times, sort of like what I would imagine Harvey Weinstein would do. I find her fiance on Instagram. I go to his site, and I write him this big, long, heart-bleeding email saying, please, look, we'll do it your way. Like a bitch. And it didn't work, and she's gone. And it would have been such a perfect episode. I didn't talk about it on the show, because you don't want to tune into a show and say, hi, we almost had Donald Trump come on the show, but we did not get him, so we're going to have an impersonator come on. You don't want to hear about how this show isn't as good as it could have been. But, man, it could have been good. And that was the same episode. I had Scott Adams on, John Lott. And I have no friends in show business anymore because of Trump. So she's the only one I know. She's like a comedian chick. She's the only one I know. And talk about a quality of guest. This is on the front page of the New York Post all week. Harvnado, Weinstein screwed up again. What a disgusting perv. I believe those were the top 3 headlines. And I think, like, this could be on Hannity. Woman was accosted by Harvey Weinstein 5 separate times. Oh, I'm actually getting mad about it. It's one of those things where you get over it. And this was 3 days ago. I can feel myself getting over it. It's like a relationship. I say to girls, you know, you date him for 3 years, say you're 29, it's going to take you a year and a half to get over him. Because relationships take 50% of the time of the relationship to move on. Something big like a betrayal, if someone takes your patent or something,